Hello my friends, and today Metal Shop Garage we are fixing a compressor. This is a really nice 25-gallon 6 horsepower porter cable compressor that I got for free. You heard me correct? For free. This was actually owned by a large movie theater, you know, like a 10 movie theater. And I don't know if they had 10 of these. They had several, and they used to use them for blowing dust off the projectors and off the film back when they had film. A few years ago, they went completely digital and had no use for them anymore, and they pretty much gave them away. Just haul them out of here, get rid of them. A friend of mine got 3 of them, and he kept one, gave one to somebody else, and gave this one to me. And it works, but the switch here, the pressure switch, this, you know, there's a sensor in here that reads the pressure. When it reaches a set pressure, it turns off, and this one is not working. It doesn't turn off, and I'm not sure if this is a symptom of that problem or what caused that problem. But if you look here, the plug, one of the prongs of the plug actually is melted, and the ground has been, I think the ground has been removed, and that may have caused this problem. I'm not sure. I guess this pressure switch breaking is a common problem, and this pressure switch is used on porter cable, Devilbliss, Craftsmen, a couple of other larger compressors of this type. So I found the parts available. I picked up a new switch. I believe it was about $45, $43, and I picked up a new cord, 27 bucks and a little bit of shipping. So for, you know, right around 75 bucks, hopefully I'm going to have a really nice working compressor. This style is approximately $850, you know, if you were to pick up a new one in today's dollar. I was going to wire in just an extension cord, you know, use an extension cord instead, but I mean, I don't know if you can see this. This wire is very, very thick. It's probably a 12 gauge. It might even be a 10 gauge. No, it's probably a 12 gauge wire in there. And given the fact that this happened, I don't really want to take any chances. It's worth it for me to buy the proper cord for this machine. So hopefully 75 bucks worth of parts. I'll replace that switch and the cord, and I'll have a nice nice compressor, nice $850 compressor for 75 bucks. All right, stay tuned. So took apart the old switch, pretty straightforward, neutral, power, ground, a couple of ground screws in there. Snapped a couple of pictures with my cell phone of the connections. Power connections are up here, neutral to neutral. The grounds are both in here. So just, I mean, pretty simple. Just disconnect the wires from that, and here's the cord. I'm glad that I got the purpose-built power cord. I mean, you know, you got one round lug, one that has to fit the existing part that goes to the motor, and then you got a right angle plug over here. So I mean, easy enough to do, and you got the nice grommet here that's going to fit. So you're not going to get all that with if you just use a replacement extension cord, something like that. The new part is complete pressure switch. I just took the cover off it. Has all the fittings. You don't have to reuse any of the fittings, and it comes complete. So just swap like for like. They don't put the sticker on the cover. Give you a little wiring diagram that's really not necessary, I guess, unless you're colorblind. And there's the cable, nice ends on it, and the grommet, and the right angle end on this one is shielded, different from the other one. Not sure if that makes a difference. So like I said, just simple swap out like for like, and I'll let you know how it goes. All right, so the new pressure switch is on. Here is the sequence that I used. So this one, this relief valve comes off with a 9/16 wrench, simple off onto the new piece. You undo this one here in the back. This is a 1/2 inch. You take this and set it aside, just kind of push it out of the way. It's, you know, tubing's pretty flexible, bend it out of your way. That's step 2. Step 3 was I twisted off this regulator. There's a standing pipe between the two here, and this piece will spin off. There's just enough room for it to clear, so you spin that off out of your way. Then you have to get the pressure switch off of this standing piece of pipe. I grabbed a hold of the whole body. It was on there super duper tight, and twisted it with a huge pair of channel locks, and this joint up here actually gave, not this one, so it spun the whole piece off from the top. So then I reversed that. I spun the new pressure switch back on. Screwed this piece. I did have to hold this this standing piece here. This little piece of pipe does have to be spun off the old switch, and it's reused. I just clamped on it really hard with a pair of vice grips, and it came loose. None of these joints are supposed to be super duper excessive tight. They warn you in the instructions, do not over tighten because it will cause leaks, and there's still a good amount of sealant there. So I had to spin this off with vice grips, put it back on the new switch. So then you spin this, the large pressure switch body spins right on to this pipe here, easy peasy. Then you spin this piece on, again easy. I put the tube in the back on. They include a new ferrule in the kit, but that one was already pressed on to the end of that tube, that aluminum tube or whatever it is, mild steel tube, so I did not use it. I reused the other one. It was stuck on the end of that pipe. There's the huge pair of channel locks. Those are real, made in the USA channel locks, not the made in China crap you can get on Amazon. I would highly recommend, buying American when you can. So I am going to connect make the electrical connections, and we'll probably check it for leaks, which you could do a little bit of soapy water. So I'll make the electrical connections, and hopefully we should see it run. All right, so completely back together, tested for leaks, and now before, the switch would not turn it off. You couldn't manually turn this thing off with the switch. It was the switch was burned up. Remember, the end of the cord was burned up, and it would just keep going. It would reach its maximum pressure, which is, I believe, 135 psi, and it would just keep going till the blow-off valve kicked over. So everything wired back together, plugged in, all the fittings are done. So let's see what happens when we turn it on. Automatic fill. And the switch also turns it off. So I'm going to call that a resounding success. I'm going to let this thing run up to 135 psi and see if it shuts off. I'll let you know in the description down below. Look down there, and I'll let you know if it works. So as always, my friends, thanks for watching the Metal Shop in the Garage today. Hope you liked this video. I hope it was able to help some of you. If you have this type of compressor and you're having the same problem, I think it's a common problem, this pressure switch failing, and that is the part number right there. If you can see that, D26611, and again, that's works for Craftsmen, Porter Cable, Devilbliss, a couple other brands. Again, so I hope this video helped you. Hope you liked it. Please give me a thumbs up, and consider subscribing if you are a like-minded individual and you like my videos. All right? As always, thanks for watching. Take care, my friends.